Well, now that that's taken care of. It's beach weather today. Beautiful. I think people are dying out there. That poor lady. That poor lady. So, I've got some new records that I bought in November. I actually remember all the ones I bought, so this could be new to me, some of them. Uh, Hopefully, I didn't talk about some of them in the last episode. So, I'm going to try to keep this quicker because the last one was 15 minutes long and that's too damn long. So, let's start out with some samplers that I got, some tour samplers. So, this is from Top Shelf Records. This is a free record that I got when I ordered two other records that I'll talk about shortly. But this was a sort of a showcase tour that they did earlier in the year, where I think it was like five or six bands. So this is a song from each one of them. A Great Big Pile of Leaves, Diamond Youth, Prawn, and Field Mouse. And I'm familiar with three of those bands. I do not know much about Diamond Youth. I will say that I just started getting into A Great Big Pile of Leaves, and I really like their last record that I heard. And that one's called You're Always on My Mind. We reviewed the newest Prawn album, which was called Kingfisher, if I can remember that. That was decent enough. And the Field Mouse record, I think I talked about a little bit on the podcast, but yeah, I like that record a lot. I actually talked about it in my last Vinyl Haul, so you can watch that one over there. I doubt that I'll put a video annotation here, but there. Watch it there. Box. So that's the first sampler I got, and that was free. Thanks, Top Shelf. And this one is from, this one, Run for Cover. A Run for Cover sampler. I like a lot of bands on Run for Cover, but unfortunately I don't think I did so good with the sampler. I got I'd say 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4. Tiger Straw's on this. I like Tiger Straw a lot. Charmer came out this year. That's one of their... An ornament just fell off my Christmas tree. Holiday spirit. Yeah, so what's on this? Tiger Straw, like I was talking about. I like Tiger Straw. Charmer. It was a record that came out this year that I liked. Not my top 10, but I liked it a lot. The World is a Beautiful Place, and I Am No Longer Afraid to Die. Matt from the podcast really likes that band. I do not. That's all I'll say on the matter. Code Orange Kids. I like Code Orange Kids a lot. Check them out. Self Defense Family. I hate them. Sorry, everybody. I don't like that band. But, yeah, this is a sampler that I got at a record store for probably $2. So, and it's red. Can't go wrong with red. All right. On to the full lengths. As Tall as Lions. This is the second As Tall as Lions record, and I think the only one worth your time. Some people might be saying blasphemy, but this is by far the best record. In my honest opinion, it's got some good songs here, like Love, 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 parentheses, Love, Love. That must have taken a long time to come up with the name of that song. Maybe I'm just tired. Go listen to that song right now. Stop this video, or pause it. Go watch it. Do it. Good record. And it looks cool too. They don't pack them like they used to. I don't even know what you'd call this. It looks like somebody chewed up some gum and slapped it on there. So I'm going to call it gum. It's on both sides too. Love it. Love it or list it. Love it. Next one. Modest Mouse, The Moon in Antarctica. Probably not a classic choice for everybody's favorite Modest Mouse record. I think that one might go to Good News for People Who Love Bad News. That's probably mostly everybody's favorite record. But The Moon in Antarctica is my favorite one. It's got Third Planet on it. It's got Tiny Cities Made of Ashes on it. It's got The Stars Are Projectors. I like this album a lot. Oh, Pitchfork says top 10 albums of the decade. So, what year did this come out? Which decade? Okay, I guess it came out in 2010. Cool. Done with that one. Not saying much more. I quit. Australia Run. This is the record called Australia Run. We call that self-titled in the business. This came out on Victory Records. This was like fresh off their breakup with Taking Back Sunday. John and the bassist went on to make this record, and I love this album. I think it's one of my favorites ever, probably top 20. If you haven't really listened to this album or know much about this band, it's really good. It's kind of piano pop, indie pop. What would I start with? I would start with, probably, I mean, the classic song on here is the Existentialism on Prom Night. Everybody seems to know that song. Taking Back Sunday even covers that song from time to time now. But yeah, no, I really love this album. And it's blue. Been lucking out with a lot of colored records these days. So check that one out because it's good. And I can't get this shit back in the thing. Alright, next one. Next two, actually. So, I'm not one to usually get my albums off of eBay, but in this case you kind of have to. Sometimes you have records that you really want, that you want to add to your collection, and you just can't find them in the stores because they only pressed, in this case, about 500 of each of them. I think this one was more like they pressed 300. Maybe this one was 1,000, so I could have just lied to you right to your face. I'm sorry. But yeah, these are fucking expensive. These were A, hard to find, and B, too much money. Too much money. But worth it. This is Two Boys Night Out records. So this is an EP called Broken Bones and Bloody Kisses. This black. Classic black. This one's a little bit more on the hardcore side, I will admit. They did like a new version of some of these songs recently before they released their last. It was their last EP they ever did. Let's just put it that way. And they redid a lot of these songs and made them more accessible. Yeah, there's a lot of demos on this. A lot of demos on this one, hardcore demos. But love this album. I paid $30 for it, so I took the hit. This one was a bit more expensive, so this was a Hot Topic only. Exclusive, I guess. And look at that. It's like, I don't even know how to describe that. Black and green swirl. But yeah, this album's called Trainwreck. This is one of my all-time favorite concept albums, and probably one of my favorite albums, especially by this band. This is like really original sounding. There's some really catchy songs on here. Kind of different for what Boys Night Out does. Less on the punk side, more on the pop side. But I really like it. It's weird. It's a weird album, but it's fun. I mean, like it starts and ends with like voiceovers on tapes and stuff like that, and it ties this huge interweaving story together with like bizarre hooks and odd themes of like murdering your wife, and it's just dark and twisted but catchy and fun-loving at the same time. So I'm a little bit country and you're a little bit rock and roll, as they say. I'm gonna have to speed this up. Talking too much. So this is a band called North Star, and I don't think a lot of you will be familiar with this band because they weren't around very long. Well, maybe that's not fair to say. They were around for a while, but they kind of overlooked. I think probably one of the more underrated bands that I listened to. Was kind of a formative thing for me. This is their first full length called Is This Thing Loaded? So before there was an emo revival, and after emo had sort of died, there was like a kind of this like weird in-between phase. And this band sort of fell into that in-between phase, so they didn't get a whole lot of attention. But this album and then their other album, Pollyanna, it shaped me. I love those two records. Got me into the music that I listen to today. So, love it. Ooh, green. Alright. Joyce Manor, of all things, I Will Soon Grow Tired. Now, this is their second full length. First one was self-titled. This one is this one. And the other one is Never Hungover Again. All three good records. All three are good records in their own right. Most people don't like this one very much. I like it more than other people do, which I don't know what that means. But it's really short. I think this record's like 11 minutes long, to the point where you can't even like. I don't even want to call this like a full-length record. But and there's a cover song in this. They do a cover song of "Video Killed the Radio Star" on this, and I still paid like $14 for it, which for a 10-minute album with a cover on it is a little ridiculous. But it's a cool color. I like a lot of the songs on here. They still have that same Joyce Manor catchiness and a little punchiness to it. So I really like it. I like it more than other people do, and I'll stand by this one. You hear that? I'll stand by you. So that's it. Those were all the records I bought in November. I think. I don't think I had any more that I bought, but I bought too many records. We'll be doing more of these. Rate, comment, like, subscribe. Hey, did you like that video? We got more videos. They're over there, and they're over there, and they're over there. You should watch them. We talk about records. Alright, they talk about records. I sort of just stumble through them. I don't know, I'm acting drunk right now. This is decaf coffee.